we go. It's Monday, August 22nd. I have no podium in front of me because it's over there because we're going to be doing speeches in a moment. Again, you'll notice the time down there. It's a really short one because it's not going to be, actually it's longer than last week's, but it's still pretty short. So we have grades posted up here. We're going to get to the thing there in a moment. We'll talk about quizzes in a moment from there. Those of you who are in single B points, Wednesday is when I contact parents. So basically you have until end of day on Wednesday. End of day, anyone that's still in single digits, and it's 4 o'clock, that's when I contact parents. So I figure that gives you time to take care of issue for those of you who need to take care of issue. Those of you also need to be careful that if you're in class on that day and then screw around and make choices and then go down to single digits, boo-hoo to you on that one too. Poster. Let me hand out posters to you. Home children, look, I made it 55 seconds before I had to pause. Hey, we're back. I just had to hand out posters to kids. So on the posters and the things that you are looking at from there without cryopoly standing over a kid and making the teacher man stare. Main issues being, do you have adjectives on there? Do you have your pictures on there? Is it all colorful and pretty and not using black marker, not using pen, pencil, all those, direction things? If you know you need to finish yours, then you can low-key go over and grab poster, unless they're in the process of doing a thing, and finish. Because soon you're going to be standing up in front of the room giving a speech, and you definitely don't have time to finish it while you're up here crying. So that's my way of trying to help you, and I'm trying to buy you time today for those of you who are desperately trying to finish the thing. Make sure you fill out the white sheet front and back. That is how you don't have to memorize it. On this one, make sure you have filled in the part that, and I've had lots of kids lose B points today. So I keep saying, write your full name on it, first and last, and then kids go blah, 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 old man. Here's me trying to help you again, first and last name. Also, make sure you have filled in your partner's name in the middle. Blah, 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 old man. Again, I get to charge you points. So we're good to go there. Daisies. Okay. With your quiz. I'm now going to be going over your quiz with you here in a moment. With the quiz, it is already on Skyward. One, if you were absent, you'd be taking it right now, but our absent kids are fully dead. It is on Skyward. It is 75% of your grade right now because we only have one quiz grade, and quizzes are 75% of your grade. So pretty much whatever you got on that quiz is your grade in class, because it was a huge chunk of it. Also, I felt bad. A lot of kids failed this quiz, by a lot. If you got below a 17 out of 24, you failed the quiz. But I don't hate you, and I don't want you to start my year struggling. So what I did was I bottom capped all of the grades. What that means is I did not put in anyone's grade lower than a C-. So on Skyward, even if you got a 4 out of 24, I gave you a 17 out of 24. And that impacted quite a few kids who really struggled on this one. Partly because I know you guys are used to last year where you could retake quizzes. You don't get to do that anymore. Now it's whatever quiz you take that's it. And if you bomb it, it's permanent. There is no, do I get to retake it and do better? The answer is no. It just sucks. So that's why I was trying to help you out. Next quiz becomes real quizzy quiz. This one was supposed to be, I just felt bad. You go ahead, you're fine. I just felt bad and didn't want kids to bomb it already. Speaking of struggles, if you get yours back in a moment and it says -1 B points at the top, that's because you could not follow directions and I charged you points. For some of you, it's -1, some is -2, a handful is -3, and 1 or 2 special kids, it's like -4 B points because directions were really tough for you. So trying to help you out on that one. Sebastian.
If you got an 18 out of 24, have you failed?
No, that means you got a straight up C. You had to get lower than a 17. And then, because 17 was like a C-, and then everything below that was in like in the D and F area. I'm going to hand them back to you. Home children, I will start recording again in a moment, but me handing out papers is really boring. All right, we'll come back to you. There we go. So, to help you guys out from there, your quiz. If you keep it, you get to reuse it on future quizzes. So if I ever reuse a question and you keep this quiz, you get to use it. If you want to throw away quiz, that's fine with me. If you throw away quiz, that just means you can't use it on future ones. And if you just want to have to rely on your own brain, I'm fine with that one too. All right. Questions as far as the quiz goes, and then as far as the B-pointy things goes, as far as directions go, all right. As far as creeping children goes, okay. This part, I'm going to talk about the tie game to make it official for you. Here's how tie game thing is going to work. It officially starts today, and I kind of teased a little bit of it last week, but I'm going to go full into it today. I am not going to give you a copy of the directions. If you want to play, you are going to have to jot down the directions. I recommend doing it on the front page of your notebook where you have that giant X, because we're not using that page anyway. Do not write all of this down, because that's a lot of useless stuff, just like the main things. Like that thing, that thing, that thing, that thing, maybe some of the things down there. Do you have to write them down? Nope. But realize I'm kind of a stickler for directions. So if you try to play and you don't follow directions, I make fun of you. All right, here's how it works. I have over 400 ties. It's like an entire wall of my closet that I've been collecting over the years. We only have 180 school days, and I don't even wear ties on Fridays, which means I have way more ties than we have days of school. So what I've decided to do is I theme my ties. I wear ties Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. On those 4 days, my ties will have something in common. Like they're all going to be music, or they're all going to be Spider-Man, Gazoon ties, or they're all Star Wars or something. If you can figure out what my ties have in common, you can get extra B points. You only get 1 guess per week, so you have to make sure that your 1 guess is going to count. Earlier in the week, you get more points. If you guess on Monday, 4, Tuesday, 3, Wednesday, 2, Thursday, 1, Friday, goose egg. Because I'll have the answer up on the screen when you guys come in on Fridays. So because of that, you can use your own paper when you guys want to guess. But let me give you a warning. Malik, I'm going to steal your notebook. If you have a composition notebook, like the one you were supposed to have for my class that has this binding thing on it, the problem is, or the good thing, depending on how you look at it, the pages are really secured in there, but your front page is the same as the back page. It's why when you open it up, there's like a big middly thing to it. So these pages are all connected to each other. The reason I'm telling you that is, if you pull out your back page and you rip it out to use it as paper to guess on, that breaks the binding, and now a page in the front falls out. If you rip out a random page, another random page falls out. Every time a page falls out, that is a homework assignment you have to redo. So do not rip out pages from your book, because it makes the other pages fall out, and you are going to be sad. Now, are you guys still going to rip out pages from my notebook?
No.
Yes. Am I going to laugh at you when the other pages fall out? Yes. Am I going to dance on your tears when you have to redo an assignment? Oh God, absolutely. But this is where I don't feel bad, because I've told you while you ignored me and went to your happy place. Here's what you write on your guess when you use your piece of paper. Your full name, just first and last. I don't care about your middle. You just can't put down Joey. Make sure you put down Joey Jojo. Your period, for you guys, it's always period 6. That should never change unless you switch classes. Period 6. Third, the day you guess. It can either be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or the actual date. August 22nd, June 35th, something like that. The last one, what your guess is. Like Spider-Man, or Marvel, or Fish, or something like that. That's the 4 things you write on it. This bottom part are just directions I've learned from slow kids in the past. The paper has to be larger than a note card, because I have kids who've tried to guess, like using a piece of paper the size of my pinky nail, and they try to write all their information on it, and it's like this really small hieroglyphics, and they wad it into a ball and put it in there, and then I think it's trash and throw it away, and like, that was my guess. And I'm like, well, your guess was trash. I don't want to have to attack you. So make sure it's at least big enough for me to tell it's a guess, size of a note card. 2, if you fold it at all, the information goes on the outside. If you write on it and then fold it, I throw yours away because directions are hard. Here is why. A couple of years ago, I had girls who got really big into origami, where they could fold the paper into like a swan or a crane, and every time they would fold their guess into like this elaborate thing, and it would take me 10 minutes to figure out how to unfold it, and it was easier just to turn it into like a giant pile of like shredded paper. And so I would get frustrated, like, and I would shred it into little pieces of paper. So now I've learned if I don't want to get angry and shred your paper, you can still fold it. You just have to write your information on the outside. If I have to unfold it, do you know what's easier than unfolding it?
Shredding it.
Yeah, wadding it and just throwing it in the trash. And then I'm like, look at this. Bing! One of us is going to cry. So that's fine. Also, if you fold it once and put it in there, congratulations. You made an origami taco. I'm still throwing yours away. So make sure you can follow directions. And the last one, you cannot use colors as a guess. Don't guess blue or black or red or right in the throat, because that becomes like a really wussy thing, and I don't want wussy children guessing. Okay, I'm going to show you guys some example ties, and we're going to try and play a game and see how it works. Ready? Alright, I'm going to show you examples. If you were to guess on the first day, how many points do you get?
4.
4 points. So here would be my first tie. If you saw this one, what is a theme that could work? Sebastian?
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh could work. Evil?
Cartoon.
Cartoons could work. Jehovah?
Can I give this to the next person?
Yes, ma'am. Austin?
Animals.
Animals could definitely work. I would agree on that one too. Now your goal is to find one that'll work for the whole week. So let's go to day number 2. How many points do you get on day number 2?
3.
So now that is, those are a bunch of little froggies. So that takes out Winnie the Pooh. Sebastian, what still works?
Animals.
Animals still works. I would agree on that one. Kind of cartoons, although that's more not really full cartoon, but so far I'd be kind of nice to you. Wednesday, how many points?
2.
2.
Animals.
Oh, those are fur babies. On that one, what theme still works? Animals still works. Cartoons kind of works. Thursday, the last day, how many points?
1.
And
Animals.
It's a
it's
penguin.
And so that one, animals would work because that's not really a cartoon. That's supposed to look like an actual animal. So this one, animals would work for the week. Gives you an idea. All right, let me show you another one. I'm going to make this one a little bit tougher to try and challenge you. How many points on the first day? 4.
Yellow.
Sebastian?
Cartoon.
Cartoons could work. Would yellow work?
No.
Why?
Because it's color.
Nicely done, Jehovah. I guess we'll stick with cartoons for now. Let's see.
Wait.
Robert?
Face.
I can see faces could work, yeah. Jehovah?
Teeth.
Yeah, that's legit. I can definitely do something like
He
with
does
teeth.
have a teeth collection.
I do have it. And Tuesday, how many points?
3.
3. Oh,
Cartoons.
ooh,
It's
Eyes.
cartoons.
and
It's cartoon.
faces would work. I do not see teeth. But faces would be working.
Do you see
But on this one,
eyes?
I see the teeth.
Do you see eyes?
No.
Yes, they have eyes. You could have done eyes, that would work. And Wednesdays, how many points? 2. And eyes would work. I can see faces working too. And Thursday,
Yep, cartoon.
Eyes. They have
so
eyes.
this one would be eyes
Eyes.
or faces. I would take also because technically a penguin has a face.
Oh.
Cartoons, not so much because that's not very cartoony. It's supposed to look more pictury. Our last one, which I'll try to make our most challenging one. Now you're not going to tell me what your guess is. You're just going to raise your hand when you feel strong with it. We'll see how long your hand's it. But if you raise it on Monday and then Wednesday it turns out you're wrong, you have to put your hand down in shame and be like, no. All right. So Monday, that is my Silver Surfer tie. He is fighting a bunch of robot dogs in space. It is a comic book cover. I actually have that comic book. So this is where if you would feel strong on Monday, you would raise your hand and be like, all right, this is the day I would guess, and you know what guess you put in. Okay, hold on to it. Let's see. Tuesday's worth 3 points. That would be The Thing, Mr. Fantastic, The Human Torch, and The Invisible Woman. There's also a Fantastic Four cover. Apparently, we have to strong. All right. Wednesday for 2 points. That would be some random symbol of a person who apparently saves people for a hobby. And Thursday for 1 point. If you put superheroes, you lost. Because it is not superheroes.
It's Marvel.
M&Ms are not superheroes. Even if they fight hunger, that is not the same thing as a crime. Sebastian, what'd you go with?
Cartoon. Or comic, I should say.
Comics would not work. Cartoons would be iffy. And I'm not really sure I'd count that one as much of a cartoon.
Is it in
Might-
a cartoon?
What's that?
That's in a cartoon, though.
I'm not sure that would be enough to do it. But here's your hint to help you. What's on this tie?
Superman.
The picture of him?
No.
What is it?
Logo.
Symbol.
What is his symbol?
It's a logo.
What's it? An S. What's on this one?
Oh my god.
So what would be your tie game answer?
Fantastic.
Symbol.
Letters. So I was trying to go for the fact they all have letters on them. See? Letters. Letter. Oh, you letters. You use them to spell words. You should have a couple in your name that help you out. So every once in a while, I like to make you think. But Mr. Broviak, I struggled on the animals one. Well, then this game might not be for you. If this is more of a struggle, then you might choose to tap out on this one, and we can not worry about it so much. Judith? Yeah, that's fine. All right. So the tie game begins this week. I wish you luck. You only get one guess per week. Make it count if you feel strong.
Can I see your tie now?
Does everybody have to guess?
No, some kids never guess. Some kids guess every week. It just depends. Now it is time to begin our speeches. Here's how speechy things are going to work. Home children, we'll be pausing it here in just a second.
You're not.
If you are the person doing the talking, you get to bring up your white piece of paper. That meant you don't have to memorize it. White paper, white pedestal, white. So that's where you know if you're holding your white paper talking, you get to stand here. If you are the person being talked about, you are holding big colorful poster. You're going to come over here to big colorful chair. Colorful poster, colorful chair. White paper, white little podium thing. Other kids in your group, you have an X here, X here, X here. You get to just sort of stand over here on the X's and try not to be annoyed. There's no kids sitting next to you, so you should be fine. And do not park your dump truck on my bookshelf. I don't want you backing up and beeping. If you are the first person to go, well, actually, no, let's back up. When you go, regardless of what order, always say your name first. I'm Joey Jojo, and then you begin, so we know who you are. And then if you are the first person in your group to go, you also have to tell us what you have in common. I'm Joey Jojo, this is Bobby Bobberson, and the things we have in common is that we all cry ourselves to sleep, and we love the flavor of shoes. And so those will be the things you have in common, and then you get to go on from there. You can do either side of your white sheet. Whichever one you want to start with is fine with me, front or back. When you get done, we are going to clap for you. And so what we're going to do is called the Brovie clap, where I compliment you. Hey, good job, you didn't die. And then we're going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we clap 3 times, like a little robot monkey. Clap, clap, clap. And we're going to help you out. All right, so we'll practice, because some of us struggle with clapping. Good job, Mr. Broviak. You explained that like a champ. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. That wasn't awful, but we'll get there. We'll get a few more practice. We'll try one more time. Mr. Broviak, you're so incredibly handsome. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you guys clapped much better on that one. It must be more true. Home children, this is the part where you just come back to life, and then we'll see you later.